Hello everyone, a brand new edition of Kick-Ons. Kane Corns is ready, so is Josh Jenkins. Kano, finals are here.
Finals are here.
Woo-hoo.
Ratings juggernaut last week, our biggest episode of the year, which I'm pumped about. So they are tuning in when it comes to September, and there's 4 great games ahead of us, which we'll get into today.
There are. So it's an interesting bye round, wasn't it? You know, bit of this, bit of that. The All-Australian selectors got a bit bored. They thought they'd muck around with the team and the captain and whatnot.
Oh, no.
But it's good. It's good to finally be amongst the finals.
It's amongst the finals, but I'm a little uneasy because you've got into my areas.
Get out of it.
I don't have many areas, but you've got into one.
Get out of it.
And that is racing. Look at you.
More places, Richo. That's utilising the More Places feature, which we launched. And what's that? Yeah, it was the Group 1 Memsy Stakes.
So a little $6 and
What can you do?
a little $9. Well, I flexed
But
my
hang
muscle.
on, you did something, because I will never ever bet on racing, but you will. There's $16.
There we go. That's what I do. 185 people, thank you, except for the 2 that put the laughing emoji up and I put that selection up. They can get stuffed. Make sure you follow us on the feed. We have a lot of fun, so chickadee, check it all out on the feed. It's a beauty. All right, let's get into this blockbuster. It's going to be unbelievable. I'll be there, MCG, sitting there watching 2 of the great teams go toe-to-toe.
Well, the premiership runs through these 2 teams. The winner will be premiership favourites, and rightly so, and I think going to be very difficult to knock off after they have the week off and progress through to a prelim final. Pretty well matched up. Both forward lines are elite. The front 6 are great. I think their small forwards for both teams are flying. So midfield is strong as well, particularly with Lachie Neale coming back and Berry for the Lions.
That price looks under for Cats
probably.
for mine.
Give me the 225.
Yeah, I think so too.
Give me the 225. Brisbane have won the past 3 games between these 2 teams, and pretty convincingly there's been 2 20-plus point deficits they've been able to overcome. And who to tag from Brisbane? Because Dane Zorko has lit up the Cats 33 and 28 in 2 games against them. They launched so much of their scoring from the back half against Geelong, and Geelong have been bad defensively this year in transition. Yep. So do you sit on Zorko? But if you sit on Zorko, then you're leaving Rayner and Bailey ahead of the footy as dangerous commodities. Neil's going to be there. McCluggage has been there.
McCluggage is the one.
Who do you sit on?
McCluggage is the one. And Geelong have gone the double tag at times.
I think they'll triple tag.
Yeah,
I honestly do.
You think
Explain
Atkins,
that. How does that
Nolan,
happen?
O'Connor with a triple teamer?
I think Atkins
Never
will
seen
go,
it before.
Atkins will go shoulder to shoulder, not a hard lockdown.
With Neale.
But he'll go to Neale and try and clamp him. Particularly at stoppage, because I think that's the only place Neale can be really dangerous in this game. If he does have a quad issue in terms of breaking away and kicking the footy, at stoppage is where he can still be impactful. I think Atkins will go to Neale. I think Mark O'Connor will tag one of those half forwards.
No, I think he does McCluggage.
Well, I think he'll go to either Rayner or Bailey, because he's tagged from half back, as he's the half back, and the half forward rolls up, and I think he'll go to a Bailey or Rayner, one of these 2 guys. And then the other tag, which I think makes a little bit more sense, is Mullen to either McCluggage, or do you go to Zorko? So I think it's a fascination in terms of what Geelong try and do to clamp these stars.
Well, he's powerful. Rayner will get to him a little bit later on, but this is their biggest strength. Their small forwards are so dangerous. And when this game was on, it was their midfield that got going and they just flexed their muscles. Rayner started slowly but got into it. Bailey's in fine form. We know about Charlie Cameron. He has the potential to rip your heart out. But there is one stat that Chris Scott has got lit up. Keep Brisbane under 100 uncontested marks and you win. 19 and 3 when they
you don't
take...
win, you give yourself a chance.
You win. You win.
You give yourself a chance.
You win. 19 and 3 when they take 100 uncontested marks, and what was like 140 against Fremantle a couple of weeks ago on a Friday night. It was 147 in the grand final against Sydney last year. Don't let them just chip, build up and then lock the ball in their front half, which they do so well.
What about from a Geelong point of view? Their midfield is absolutely elite. Who locks down on Bailey Smith and Max Home? Who can run with Max?
Well, this is the difference. I think this is why Geelong are in a better position than they have been in the last couple of years because of these 2. So Brisbane don't necessarily, they're not hard taggers.
They won't run with Smith.
Berry's there, but can he go with him? Dunkley's there, but he can't run with these 2. So this will be interesting. It's a good opportunity for these two to run right on the MCG.
I actually think Dunkley will go to Max Holmes because he can't run with him in open space, but he can deal with him. You can have a solution to the problem before it actually begins. So be physical with him around the contest.
Right.
He's going to be at stoppage. Dunkley's a veteran. He understands the task at hand. He knows he can't run with him in open space. So be physical. Push him around. Don't allow him to just run where he wants to run. I think Dunkley can do a job on Holmes. Holmes is yet for mine to fully prove he can handle a hard tag. He's been tagged very, very hard a few times, and his influence has been quelled, so I wouldn't be surprised.
And there's some demons for him, I think, in September. He had the hammy issue when they won the premiership last year in this corresponding game, or the prelim against Brisbane. He had the issue as well. He was off the ground for ages. They didn't know whether to sub him out or what to do. There was confusion. So, I think he'd want a big performance this September.
I think he'll flex his muscles.
Yeah,
so
agreed.
It's interesting.
He needs to.
You both said that at the price, you want to back Brisbane. So therefore, premiership favourites at the moment are Geelong. They're false favourites for mine.
Well, they are, but having said that, the winner of the game, as Kane said, is the absolute premiership favourite.
That price.
I think this is the only game where the loser, one of two games where the loser can still circle back. I don't think the loser of the other game can circle back through and get the job done. But I think Geelong could certainly go the long way and get it done. And we know for sure Brisbane can go the long way and get it done. I would back Brisbane. So the price, yes. If they were $1.90 each of two, I'd still be with Brisbane. I just think they're a better team.
Okay. What about the next game to assess? Hawthorn versus the Giants up in Sydney.
Well, I think the Hawks are in good shape. I think of the teams that didn't finish top four, I think they're the best of them. They're one midfielder short. They're Will Day short of being a genuine premiership threat. So can you rely on Newcombe?
You're taking the outsider again.
Yeah, I am. But can you rely to go deep with Newcombe, Ward, Nash, Warple? That's the real concern for me. So Dylan Moore becomes important. Their small forwards become really important. Other than the midfield, their game is in such good order. Their front six, their back six is rock solid, or 7 defenders that they've got. Run and carry from Impey and Amon, and their small forwards are electric, and they've got enough tall forwards to do some damage. So, yeah, I think they win this game. How far they can go, I'm not sure, but their game's in good order.
Let's analyse their goal kickers.
Yeah, that's the interesting part. I mean, we're speaking about it before selection. I'm not 100,000% convinced they'll pick all four.
No,
I'm just not.
Who misses then?
I think Lewis for me.
Yeah, it's interesting. But in terms of, and you look at their club ranks, the other three key forwards have struggled, but Gunston has excelled so much so, do you think, well, the collective is performing. So 3 of the key forwards maybe aren't doing as much as we want them to, but our team's playing well, and the collection of the 4 forwards is doing enough for us to get the job done. It's interesting. I think Nash to Tom Green around the ball's really important. If he can take away some of Tom Green's clearance work, and the Hawks can get on the outside, they can do some damage. But the midfielders you mentioned, up against Tom Green, up against Callaghan, up against a little bit of Toby Green around the ball. But the Giants have got injury issues all over the place. Is Hogan fit enough to play? Josh Kelly, what's his situation? Brent Daniels has played 1 VFL game in about 8 weeks. Stringer, do you pick him? Is he the sub? They've got injury concerns. They're going to have 5 fitness tests going into that game.
Marbiol, 6.25 of 3 play. He kicked 3 in the first quarter against Brisbane. So a bit of
what about
value
his
there.
finals
But his
record,
finals
though?
Put your money where your
his
mouth is.
finals
Put him on the
record, I'm going to put that on the feed because he's my boy. I've been with him all year. But last year in the finals,
him on Monday night.
Last year in the finals, I just gave you the facts: 6 and 7 disposals and 1 goal, and they are questioning whether they can trust him. This is the Hawthorn team. I know this for a fact. Whether they can trust him in a big final. I can. I'm going to back him in. But this is his last. There it is. 6.25 for 3 or more. My boy Marbiol.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, when I think of finals, a player who is made for finals, Toby Green.
Oh, yeah.
Made for it.
Yeah, he's clutch, but he's got a difficult opponent, and that's Blake Hardwick, who has done a number on Toby a number of times they've played against him. But he was huge. Kick 4 in this game, was a clutch performer. Saved the game for them late, but Hardwick is a difficult opponent.
He is.
They've got that ready to go.
That's why I'd use Green around the ball. It's not a concession that you can't beat Hardwick, because he can, and he's good enough player to do so. But I think he adds to the power and adds to the potential advantage the Giants can get around the footy, because he is very good when he goes and plays as midfielder. Incredibly good player, good in the contest, good tackler, also very creative by foot and by hand. So I'd use him around the ball, and then once he's in the game, allow him to drift forward and see if he can handle Hardwick.
Okay, just mentioning, you did reference Tom Green as we have a look at some of the stats in regards to Tom, and also I want to put up there, can either of these teams win the premiership?
Nah, not for me.
I don't think so. That they would think that the Giants' best footy, and it's been in quarters. They kicked 9 goals in a quarter against Sydney, and they can flick a switch. Has been as good as anyone's best footy, but they haven't done it consistently. There's a few mental hurdles they've got to get over. $21 is about right, but they exited in straight sets last year after leading by 28 and 44 against Sydney and Brisbane respectively. So I reckon as a team they're under a fair bit of pressure to get this job done.
You're the emotional bear amongst the three of us. How much can you lean into what happened to them last year? Because it wasn't only a straight sets loss.
Yeah.
It was back-to-back game-winning leads they let slip. How much can that drive you, do you think?
I think it can drive you week in, week out, but I don't know for 12 months ago. I mean, it's a different team, as you two know a lot better than I. Different team, so it's a different scenario. But my boys, the Purple Haze,
Yes.
are going to get, once they get into that huge coliseum over in Perth,
Biggest crowd Gold Coast will have ever played in front of.
they will win, sure.
Well, they win. They just win.
They're too good.
I think the way that they will match up against them, $1.54. Yeah.
So you're finally with the
You're on the
finally with the
Suns.
favourite in
On the
this.
You are not with
Oh,
the
you're with
Can
the
you
outsider in every game.
Clip that.
Shall I? Yeah.
I'm
well,
on the
last
Suns because
time-
you're going to be made to look foolish.
Well,
Again.
that's what they
Next
said
week-
about me against
next week.
Freo against the Doggies. And look who came up trumps in that one.
That was me.
He said I was a fool, but anyway,
You're a
we
fool
all
for
know
this.
history is on my side. The reason I like Gold Coast is the contested ball situation. The Dockers won't tag. They've got injuries to taggers that they've used as taggers anyhow. So Real and Anderson get the opportunity to beat them up around the ball. So Freo went to Gold Coast earlier in the year and got the job done. But it was a wet day. It was a difficult game for anyone to be really outward in. Jackson had a big game as a midfielder. Is that going to happen again?
No.
Luke Jackson had 27
He's a ruckman.
disposals as a midfielder. Rail and Anderson, I think, will step up. Tuke Miller, of course, as well. I
Who's
think
gonna
they
kick their
get an
goals?
opportunity.
Who's going to kick their goals?
Ben Long is going to kick some goals. King is always reliable for goals.
Got
It's just
Alex
what he
Pearce.
does.
Good luck.
Bailey Humphrey will kick 1 or 2. The midfielders will get downhill and kick goals. I like the Suns. Everyone's writing them off, and I think they love that. And they're going to lean into David Swallow, which I think's worth a goal as well.
All three players with experience. That's it.
Yeah. No, they're in all sorts of trouble.
Oh, you reckon?
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, the Suns are in all for this game. I mean, well done. Probably a pass making
Hang
the
on,
finals.
you said that they could win the premiership.
Yeah,
about
then,
round
and
5.
then when,
He can't remember what he said
information
yesterday.
changes, your opinion changes.
Okay.
And information has
Oh, thanks,
changed.
Colin Cowherd.
When they went to Port Adelaide and you know what, and coughed up a top 4 opportunity. You're not winning it from outside the top 4 when you live in Gold Coast. It's not
So
happening.
who's on notice?
Well, Damien Harbuck's on notice because
What for?
because
What's he done to you?
How stubborn is he?
You're premiership teammates, aren't you?
Yep, but I want to ask you the question, how stubborn is he going to be? Because they do not put anyone anywhere near the opposition's best midfielder. They allow them to go and rack them up as all the good ones do. We know that. We've had great success as a team betting against Gold Coast in the midfield. So Caleb Sarong, if he gets under 28, you win. That's pretty much the number. If Caleb Sarong touches the footy 27 times or less, you win this game of football. You do.
Can't be as
So,
simple as
24
that.
against the Dogs and they won.
It is pretty simple. The odds of you winning are through the roof if he gets under 28. So, are you going to respect Caleb Sarong and the record that he's got? 28 or more and Fremantle will win. So, Damien Harbuck's on notice for how stubborn are you? Are you willing to adjust your game style for a big final when the information is in front of you? Restrict him and you win.
Gary Ayres medal. So up for grabs here. Player of the finals. JJ, you go first.
I've already had a winner. I've taken William Ashcroft.
You've already had a winner.
Well, he was $41 when I backed him on the feed. Hopefully, plenty followed me in there. Into $26. Proven big game player. Norm Smith medalist already. He's the one that won't get tagged. They're very likely to play 3, maybe 4 finals. William Ashcroft.
Well, that's cute. That's cute. 41 into 26. But I think
cute.
I got on Cam Raider at $151.
No
last
way,
week.
you did
It
not.
is on my
He
feed.
did. He did.
It is on the feed. $51. Market mover over here. Market mover, Richo.
Oh, that is outstanding. Well, I feel like a fool, and I'm meant to be the roughy guy, but I thought Maxwell Holmes, $15, mate.
Please, he hasn't been able to get through a final series
Get
yet.
stuffed, mate. I've totally
$15.
butchered that. I'm putting the shot clock on. Don't let me down, Maxi boy. You know I love you. Shot clock, 30 seconds up for grabs. Okay, the benefits of the top 4 are tainted with the bye.
No doubt about that. No doubt about that. It should be a pre-grand final bye and not a pre-final.
Totally agree with you. 2 weeks building into the grand final like the Super Bowl.
And they will change it. As soon as a player misses a grand final because of concussion, they'll change it. They should change it before that happens so we don't get into that situation.
Which elimination finalist can do the most damage, JJ?
None.
The Hawks for me. The Hawks for me. Back six rock solid, really hard to score against. Their game's in good order. They've been competitive even in their losses against good sides. So I think they're going to cause a few headaches.
I think that Adelaide can beat Collingwood and then Hawthorn will go to Collingwood and beat them up. Right. So I reckon the Hot Pies could be in straight sets.
Only 2 can win it. Brisbane, Geelong.
Okay, good chat. Josh Weddle's return is a risk you have to take.
Yes. Yes. Even if it's a sub. So we'll wait and see how those teams land. But perfect sub. Can play wing, can play ruck, can play back, can play forward.
Perfect
Ideal.
sub. Only played 40 minutes, I think, in the VFL. That's not much. Off, no prep. Play him as a sub.
Yep.
Don't pick him with the plan to sub him out because something will go wrong and he'll have to stay out there and you'll be a man down. Play him as a sub and he can have an impact.
Which coach would you like most at the top of the helm?
Chris Scott. Chris Scott's the best coach in football.
What about the Fag dog?
Fagan's coming. Fags is coming hard.
What about the genius?
For the title.
You've only called one coach a genius.
You've got to win a premiership to be in the conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
Jumps ship.
So you're going to downgrade the genius just to a good average performer?
Genius is building nicely. He will win a premiership, but until he gets there, he can't be considered the best.
I've got it a tie between Chris and Chris. Fagan and Scott.
Oh, a tie between the two favourites. Jim, thanks for tuning in to Kick-Ons.
You know what I'll do?
Great insight.
Over the next few weeks, I'll decide, and over the next few weeks, you'll watch from afar because we've been an unstoppable force as a trio, plus everyone behind the scenes, and you thought, oh, what a great idea! I'll just head to the States and miss the rest of the finals.
I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. It's like
disgrace.
You know what? I have taken you to the promised land. I've taken you to the finals. I'm going to drop the mic and say,
see it through.
Boys, I love you. Finish
Richo,
it off in style. I want it about you two.
Richo, I assume you're taking Melbourne Cup week off as well?
Certainly am. Never heard about the Melbourne Cup.
Your lovely daughter, Cleo, who's over in the States and you're flying over to look after her. She's fine, mate. Stay here, do your job.
Incredible.
Over and under on the other side. Mute their mics. Welcome back to Kick-Ons, the often discussed and copied by everyone as the overs and unders, but you invented it here first.
Thank you,
JJ and Kano. Let's start. Max Holmes, put him on the agenda. 25 and a half possessions. What do you think?
Under for me, I think hopefully a good number of disposals, 22, 23, and maximum damage, but I don't think it's going to be high volume.
If they do run with him, then if they let him run free, then we're at risk of getting rolled there, but I think Dunkley will put enough time into him, so I am under as well.
So you're agreeing with that. Zach Bailey, 20 and a half.
I think they'll sit on Bailey, so we've got differing views. I think they'll sit on Bailey. Neil comes back, so the midfield minutes regress. I think he'll go under. That's
the risk for me, how much time is forward versus midfield, but he's been starting centre bounce, doing big numbers through the midfield. Yeah. So 20 is a low number. If it's a 50-50 split mid-forward, I've gone over, but not with a whole lot of confidence.
What about fast Finn? Finn Callahan, the running machine.
This is the one I'd flip on. I'm under, but I can't see the matchup for him. I think he'll get the opportunity to run and gun and do his thing and link up with those 1s, 2s and 3s. So I've gone under, but I'm not confident.
I've gone under as well. I think it's a bit like Holmes. I think finals, your number comes down just a fraction if it's a hard-fought, contested game, a lot of numbers around the footy, high pressure. So I think your disposal drops 2 or 3. So he's got to get to 27. I think it's still a pretty big number for him, probably about his season average, so I've gone under.
Right. Did your numbers come down during finals?
No, they went up.
I would have thought so. Collision. I would have thought so. Collision specialist.
All 19 of those finals as well,
Please, don't ask me.
So I didn't.
James Sicily.
Hey, no surprise I didn't ask you.
James Sicily, I'm going under. I think Callum, formerly Callum Brown,
call,
now Callum Brown. I think Callum Brown will sit on him, play a defensive role, back shoulder, make life difficult. If the Giants kick 8 goals, 13, I'm in trouble.
Correct, because he'll go and take 13 kick
I'll hope they kick 13 goals.
The 6 is in good form for me. Hawthorn's skipper the last 8 weeks has been exceptional, and he's a high possession halfback, essentially third tall. So he's going to take 4 or 5 intercept marks. There's 4 or 5. Take 6 or 7
Yeah.
kickouts. He's halfway there.
That's the bet of the round.
I think he
for
could be
mine
there
overs.
almost by half time.
That's the bet of the round.
and
Well, you've jinxed it now. What about Shea Bolton now? One of
Over.
the finals performer,
Richo.
premiership player.
17 possessions.
This is the opportunity they're giving us. I think this is a great opportunity. Probably my favourite bet of the 6. That was such a smart thing they did against the Dogs. Started him at centre bounce, so they didn't wait for the game to come to him. They put him where the ball
him
was.
into it.
He had 2 or 3 possessions early, kicked a goal in the first quarter. I love the over.
Yeah, I love the over on this one as well. And it's a big September for him. This is the reason they gave up pick 10, 11, 18. They got some change back, of course, for that. But they paid a big price to get this guy. They're paying him $1 million plus. He has a couple of premierships in his back pocket. Not a lot of the Fremantle teammates have finals experience. So big September. This is the reason they recruited him. And if he can't get 17 disposals, it's been a waste.
Get him into the game early. Get gas in his
He'll get
chest and up
17,
and
but
about.
they'll lose.
Matt Rowell. You think that Matt Rowell, if they're going to lose, Matt Rowell needs to have 30 plus.
Yeah, and I think he will, because Fremantle, we give Gold Coast a lot of heat for not running with opposition teams. Freo don't put a lot of time into the opposition mids either, so Rowell should go over.
I agree with Josh on this one. Over. For Matt Rowell.
Well, let's have a look at how it all looks. Little skinny. For
Yeah,
you.
I don't know what's happened there. I'm usually the value man.
That's right.
Our favourite would be Shea Bolton. Is that fair enough
Yes.
to say? And your second favourite would be Sicily.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, my second favourite would be either Bailey or Rowell there. I'm confident Bailey doesn't get enough time around the footy, so check them out. They're on the feed.
I tell the footy world that you are the best footy punter I know.
What do you say about me?
You don't have the footy trip. The big boy does. He's up next. Papers have landed,
Sun
JJ.
will rise. I'm tipping them to beat Fremantle, but this is a long-term play. Look out for the Suns. They are going to be a juggernaut for the next 5 years.
It is the Wizards' world, and we're just living in it. He's a big game finals performer already. Huge final series last year in his first year. What can he deliver in his second? Look out for the Wizard.
Don't disrespect the Crows because, oh, Captain, my Captain will stand up when it counts most. You know what captain I'm talking about?
What a mess
Jezza.
that was. What?
Jezza. The captain will flex his muscles, the All-Australian captain.
Couldn't captain a boat, Jezza.
Hey, footy trip fun, my friend.
Oh, yes. I love Jasper Fletcher. I think if you're looking at a potential All-Australian next year, he is going to go bang. 23 for him, $2.45. It's good value. Cross half back, racks him up.
Not bad.
It's a good one.
Yeah,
So
not bad.
good.
It's a good one.
He's a beauty. Okay, our little finals, week 1 multi.
Yes, I'm keen on the Lions. There's no chance they'll blow out Geelong, so 1-39 for me.
Okay.
I've gone with Caleb Sarong because I just don't think Damien Hardwick will adjust his game plan. 28 plus 215.
And Cameron Rayner is built for finals.
Of course he is.
will kick 2 at the G.
Yes.
And
Stakey's came for the Gary Ayres medal at $151, Richo.
on the feed,
On
of
the
course.
feed.
Make sure you follow us on the feed. There's our photos there. Our heads are a little close up to the.
So you're out. You're done.
Mate,
Are we back next year? Are you coming back next year?
I'm willing
Are we?
willing to zoom in live from the US
Well,
if
no,
you
we're
want
not
me at
interested, mate.
any time.
We're not interested.
You're either in or you're not.
You're in or you're out.
So disappointing.
Enjoy
how we
Seattle. It rains every day. It'll be great.
feel like we're drifting apart. Make sure you tune in.
Richo will be back
kick-ons.
next year, I'm sure of it.
Next week, it's going to be an absolute cracker with the superstars controlling everything with kick-on.
So
See you next week. Bye.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.